Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, we got a little Joeseph Parker news. You know I roll with some Joe. Joeseph Parker only got 2 losses. I always like to tell you, very controversial losses in England. Last fight, Chisora did pretty well in stopping Chisora. Now, Joeseph Parker is one of my top heavyweights. I think he's one of the top 5. Of late it's time to prove it for people that don't roll with Joe. They just think he's not that good. You hear it all the time. But you're going to have to be hard pressed to show me 5 heavyweights that are better than Joeseph Parker, period. But here we go. Joeseph Parker is in line now to fight in the IBF title eliminator, right? And that's very, very good, right? Because in WBO, Joeseph Parker's right there. It's about if Joe Joyce is going to get the title shot, or are they going to tell Joe Joyce that he has to fight Joeseph Parker in a WBO title eliminator for the title. But so he's close in the WBO. But right now, due to the fact that Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz, the chairman of the Negro Leagues, you know what I'm saying? Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz just had his fight because Charles Martin stopped him, but in doing so hurt his hand. And so he can't take the title eliminator against Filip Hrgovic. Alright? And so Joeseph Parker could fight Filip Hrgovic in the title eliminator, the winner getting the Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk guy, the winner of that fight. Now, Filip Hrgovic, I done said it for about 2 years now. First of all, Filip Hrgovic was one of the only heavyweights that I thought would have taken the fight with Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz, right? Other than Deontay Wilder, of course. But Anthony Joshua wasn't. Dillian White ain't. Tyson Fury ain't. And I roll with Joe. But he don't even seem like he's in a rush to fight Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz, right? I ain't going to put an ain't on it. The other ones, we've have, either comments, statements, or negotiations, or people openly avoiding. So the Anthony Joshua's, Dillian Whites, and the Tyson Furies of the world has made it clear that they're not, right? Now, Joeseph Parker's not of that. But my point is, Louis Ortiz is there, and people who are trying to make a name for themselves need to get with him, because everybody, amongst the boxers, us outsiders, yeah, we just know that he's good. We like sport, we like boxing, we can just tell that he's good. We hear about the negotiations and see what's going on. The boxers know what time it is with Louis Ortiz. Now, with his last fight, he looked a little vulnerable, right? Looked like his age might be catching up to him, so hey, right? I didn't like that Louis Ortiz beat Charles Martin, being ranked only number 10 in the IBF, beat Charles Martin, who was ranked number 2, and then was ordered immediately 2 days after. I didn't like that. But that's a whole different video, guys, because they order these brothers. Demetrius Andrade was ordered, right? Ordered to fight the number 2 guy. Why? Because the mandatory didn't want to fight him. So instead of punishing his mandatory for not fighting him, they order him to fight the next guy. That's not how it should be working. So I have my problems with ordering somebody who just got the damn, got in the position. But that's a whole different story. Bottom line is this. Louis Ortiz can't take the fight with Filip Hrgovic. Joeseph Parker is younger than Ortiz, and he should, because that puts him right there in a fight which, amongst the boxers, is high profile. There's a lot of people that don't know Filip Hrgovic, but like I said before, I've said for 2 years, this guy would fight Ortiz. And when I say that, that covers everybody. If he would fight Ortiz, then there ain't no other person that he won't fight. Right? I'm just letting you know. Filip Hrgovic, I've been knowing that because he reminds me of the older Klitschko, Vitaly. The one that you hit and he just get mad. Not like Vladimir. You can hit him, you might fall down. Vladimir got that Anthony Joshua, Amir Khan in him if you hit him on the chin. Not Vitaly. He just gets pissed off. 2 things that piss him off. If you hit him and if you beat up his little brother Vladimir, then you got a problem with Vitaly. It is what it is. Right? There's them protective instincts popping off, and he was, the only difference between Vitaly Klitschko and your boy Filip Hrgovic, I think Vitaly Klitschko had a little bit better upper body movement. But the temperament, right, the resilience is there. So Filip Hrgovic is big and confident. It'll be a problem for any heavyweight. Period. It's going to be a problem for any heavyweight. This is a guy that they're thinking is going to be a heavyweight champion. So it's not like Joeseph Parker got some easy route to go to get to a championship fight. But at the end of the day, should we have an easy route to a championship? Not really. I mean, we've seen people do stuff like that. Don't let me get started with Canelo. Speaking of easy routes, I might say this just again. Listen, Canelo Alvarez had a chance to fight Demetrius Andrade in the middleweight division for $40 million and undisputed, and said no to that, and then went up to the next weight division where everybody was easier and then tried to get undisputed in that division, and they gave him one of the belts. Yeah, then you would probably do that, especially if you can do that and the media says nothing. They never got on him and never praised Andrade for wanting to fight and being able to be with a company that's able to offer Canelo $40 million and be ready to fight. They didn't glorify that guy. They glorified the guy who didn't take the fight and moved up to a division 168 where it's easier to become undisputed, but he had to take 3 fights to do it instead of the 1 fight. So those are the things that irk me that you see. I have to just say. But normally it's not easy to get a championships fight, right? So Joeseph Parker, I think, has the tenacity, has the talent to go up here and make a fight against Filip Hrgovic, a good fight. Now, I think that Joeseph Parker, the attributes that I was talking about that he has, which I think he has everything in his arsenal, Joeseph Parker, probably not the best at everything, but he's pretty damn good at everything. And I think against Filip Hrgovic, that Joeseph Parker that I was talking about in one of my last Joeseph Parker videos is that foot movement and stuff like that. That will come into a play against a Hrgovic. I think he can outbox Hrgovic and give Hrgovic a damn good fight. I'm not picking a winner because it's not even signed and sealed. I don't even know if Joeseph Parker is going to take it or not. But my advice is for Joeseph Parker to take this fight and show the world where he stands. Let's see what he does. Doma Sports Talk worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.